It's gonna be one of these days, coach. It's gonna be one of these days, but you know what? We gonna ride with it. We gonna rock with it. It's gonna be all right. What's happening? What's happening, coach? What's happening, Mick and Rick fam? I'm glad you joined us. Forgive us for whatever happens next, because I don't know.
Oh boy, I said, look at here, boy. I said, if we had been trying to make it silent and sing along with it or something, something would have happened. But there ain't nothing happened with anything. So the key is now going to be if any of the programming is going to work at all. That's gonna be the key.
Now that you have downloaded your INSiiGHTS app, you can share the secret. INSiiGHTS apps. Free premium programming for life.
Oh, life. You heard her. I heard her.
Well, say you heard her, did you?
You heard her.
Sports diva. Twins. What's up, y'all?
What's up, Diva? Yes, indeed.
What they say, Rick, give a person a little rope, they want to be a cowboy.
Facts.
Oh boy. Man, we got a lot going on, Rick. Just a lot going on. I'm gonna jump right in here with something that's did. We kind of thought basketball was coming to an end, but you can't tell. She said y'all both in the cup today. She getting a little bit.
That's what I forgot. That's what I forgot. That's what's wrong.
That's what's wrong, Rick.
That's what's wrong. I don't have my cup.
Don't have your cup.
Yo. Give me that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to him.
Cube.
Talk to him. Man, we got the NBA playing going. We got the USFL football. We got the WNBA draft. And then we got a special presentation to bring you from our friend Joey Lamar, formerly sports director at WCTV locally here, now back home in Savannah, Georgia, and was able to go to the Masters. Man, that was a little special there, just to be able to go. But we're going to start this. Go ahead. You going to say something?
No, I was going to say going to the Masters is special because reporters, just normal reporters, cannot go. There's a waiting list for reporters to go to the Masters. It is that prestige. And only one guy, in my time at the Leisure, only one guy was able to go for about 10 years, Dale Milligan. Shout out to Dale. You're a good guy. But they are stingy with those passes to the Masters.
See, I forgot about your Lakeland experience with the Ledger, and he talks about it. The process, the pages that he has to fill out. And he said it's not even that close. I'm not going to tell us the whole story. I'm going to bring it up, but you'll be able to comment on some of that yourself. But especially with that, the Masters, and like you said, just getting there on its own is an accomplishment. Just the fact that they let you get in. But we also have something. We're going to get the show kicking because we're in competition with the NBA playing game. We don't like to be in competition with basketball. I see you look at that clock.
Playoffs, anyone? Well, not yet. But we're getting closer with the NBA playing games. The Eastern Conference playing games begin tonight with the 7th seed Philadelphia Sixers hosting the 8th seed Miami Heat. The Sixers are interesting with the return of Joel Embiid, who when healthy makes Philly a threat against anyone. And we all know this is a time when Jimmy Butler always shines for the Heat. The winner claims the 7th seed and will face the 2nd seeded New York Knicks. The loser is still alive and will face the winner of the 9th seeded Chicago Bulls and 10th seeded Atlanta Hawks. You never know what you're going to get out of either of these two squads, so this one can go either way. The two winners then will face on Friday with a chance to claim the 8th seed in a meeting against the top-seeded Boston Celtics. In the West, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the New Orleans Pelicans to claim the dreaded number 7 seed. Why dreaded? There lies the defending NBA champions, 2nd-seeded Denver Nuggets, who look just as strong as ever. The matchup between the Lakers and Nuggets will be a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. The Pelicans are still alive, however, and will face the Sacramento Kings on Friday. The Kings eliminated the Golden State Warriors 118-94 to earn a right to battle for the 8th seed of the Western Conference. This game will be interesting as we do not yet know the status of New Orleans' Zion Williamson, who suffered a leg injury in the 4th quarter of the Lakers game. The winner of the Pelicans and Kings will earn a right to face the number 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder. The youngest team of the league, the Thunder surprised many to claim the top seed in the West. The first round of the NBA playoffs begin on Saturday.
Man, the interesting thing that you said is that Zion is now hurt, and he's out. So, and the Lakers were really kind of lucky to be able to survive that. I mean, they really were.
You're right, Coach. I mean, Zion had 40 points with 3 minutes to go before he got hurt in that game. And the sad thing about that was the first thing I thought of, Coach, was because I didn't see any knee twist or ankle twist. I was like, is this a gambling thing? That's the first thing that popped in my mind.
A gambling thing?
Yeah.
Explain so.
Some shady. He's taking a fall to be. I was thinking something shady. Just like today, the NBA banned Jonte Porter from the Toronto Raptors for gambling. Well, for giving information to bettors. So he's banned for life now. But that was in my mind, Coach. That the first thing was like, oh man, is he taking a dive? Is this something to do with gambling? Is this something to do with betting? I hope not. And I'm glad it wasn't that and was a real injury and not something shady like
baby mama drama.
Yeah. Or like I said, the first thing I thought of was gambling. And that's a shame that I thought of that. But Jonte Porter, he's not going to be the last one to get busted like that. I knew this was a bad thing, man. I knew it was bad. But anyway, I'm not going to take away from the playoffs.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Dr. Washington. We appreciate you. We missed you the last couple of weeks, but we appreciate you as always.
What's up, Doc?
Sports Diva say Johnny Manziel. But man, Zion was killing LeBron.
Woo.
Oh my goodness. Woo. Zion was killing it.
He was.
Now, I'm an all things Cleveland. We can't get healthy enough to do anything. They wanted Orlando. Now they got Orlando. They had a handful of playing them young boys, but what they're counting on, follow this logic, is that Orlando's lack of experience will count against them as Cleveland's lack of experience, they say, hurt them against New York. And I'm all things Cleveland, but it was more lack of heart than it was lack of experience.
Ouch.
They just absolutely denutted them. And so it's going to be very interesting. Sometimes get what you ask for. It might not be.
Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You just might get it. You're exactly right. And then what do you say then? Because they're talking seriously in Cleveland about they're rumored to be talking about changes coaching and everything else.
Hello all, this is Emma. I've been on special assignment for Insights. I have a few words to share with you. The most watched WNBA draft was just completed and the atmosphere was electric. The young ladies were on point and were extremely well dressed and turned heads with every gliding step they took. Their eyes lit up the room as their smiling faces were radiant, even through tears of accomplishment and personal achievements. This was a moment that will be remembered by all forever. Don't forget, these ladies can play the game of basketball. They will look to continue their legacies into the professional game with a purposeful swagger and intent.
We appreciate
Back
that
to you, Coach
on-site
Clayton.
report that you gave us. Let's keep it real. One of the main reasons that everybody was tuned in was for Caitlin Clark. No doubt about it, and she deserved all of it. Now, we will see how she does, as almost every single game that they play will be on national television or TV somewhere where you could see it. So we wish Caitlin good luck and to continue to drive those numbers up for financial opportunities and opportunities for all the young ladies participating. We had a special interest in Cameron Brink from Stanford. She's with the LA Sparks, where the associate VP is Natalie White from Florida A&M. Always a rattler. Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, now teammates 3 and 7. Oh, that's a heck of a recruiting class for them. That new coach, man, Taretha Witherspoon is about defense, and they fit in exactly with what she's going to try to do. Cardoso is going to close it up in the middle. Angel Reese working on a perimeter game, which everybody says is her weakness. But the one thing she's going to do is she's going to bring physicality inside, defend people. The two of them on the boards, it'll be interesting to watch them. Don't forget, you have some other players. Aaliyah Edwards, she's a player. She really is. Rakia Jackson, she's another player. She's going to L.A. as well. L.A., Chicago, they got some players. Alyssa Peely, it's going to be interesting to see how she goes. People were either very high or very low. But this class comes in as the most heralded class in the WNBA in a long time. Continued success. Thanks, Emma. We appreciate your input.
Man, Coach, we touched on it. Monday's event drew 2.45 million viewers and peaked at 3.09. The previous viewership was 600,000 in 2004. 600,000. Was that about a 400% increase? The draft attracted the largest audience for any WNBA telecast since 2000, when 2.74 million watched the New York Liberty and the now defunct Houston Comets. It was also the most viewed program of the night between people under 35 years of age.
Strong demographic there. That's the demographic they want. That's the demographic they want.
And why do they want that one, Rick?
Well, because you could grow with them. They're young and they're not going to switch around. But you know what? Having said that, this younger generation is very switchy. Their attention span is quicker than mine. So they better come out. Caitlin better come out hard early to keep them.
Well, that's going to be interesting because not only that, I mean, people are talking about the adjustment they're going to have to make. And there's a lot of people. I mean, they really talk about the fact that they're going to have some come to Jesus moments because they playing against some women and they not trying to let them come in and do much. You talked about Caitlin Clark. 36 of 40 games will be national telecast games. 36 or 40. Steph Curry and LeBron don't have that many shown. 36 or 40. And they're doing right. Anybody in marketing would tell them that you got to strike that when it's hot.
Yes.
You know,
Agreed. You have to. You have to. She's the hottest thing since those Krispy Kreme donuts when that hot sign flashes. I mean, really. So she's on fire. So yeah, I'm not mad at her, and I'm interested to see because you're right, Coach. You know the veterans are like, think this rookie gonna come in here and do all that, just like they did LeBron, just like they did Jordan, or tried to do those guys, and you see they were successful. I think Katie is a different breed. I really think this girl is good, and she's going to be special. Now, not too sure about the team. I know they have Aaliyah Boston from South Carolina who went there last year with the number 1 pick, and she was rookie of the year. But they're young, and I don't know if they're going to be solid enough. But hey, she's a baller, and now they got 2 ballers with Boston. So we'll see. I'm interested. I am interested right now.
Now, one thing I do like is that the college season just ended. They have the draft the following week, and the WNBA season is starting in 3 weeks. And so, I mean, the athletes don't get a chance to recuperate. At some point, they have to rest. But my thing is, I tell you on every show, black or white, male or female, I like shooters. Shooters shoot. I mean, that's what draws people to the game. A hot dog point guard and somebody who could shoot it. And she invented a term, logo 3. So if Caitlin draws in a demographic that wasn't watching before, more power to it. You know, I'm with that 150%.
All right, Coach, we got you squared away, all the way out to the edge of the sidewalk there. Coming on around. Let me zoom out as much as I can. But we're looking good in the front. Let me whip you around, and you can see where it's starting to dry. That's what it's pretty much gonna look like as we keep going. Take you down sidewalk there. That's pretty much what you'll be looking at. Now you got some water here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, we still got some things that we don't have on the program for you, but we're gonna talk a little bit about FAMU sports and the spring game and what's going on with the basketball coaching situation. We got some things going on, but before we get to collegiate football, we got pro football.
Football is back. I'm not talking about voluntary NFL workouts or workouts for the NFL draft. I'm talking professional spring football. Welcome the newly formed UFL to our spring football calendars. Teams merged from the XFL and the USFL to form the 8-team United Football League. The 10-game regular season started on March 30th. The league is divided by 2 conferences named the XFL and the USFL conferences, and the top 2 teams in each conference will meet in the playoffs for a chance to battle for the first ever UFL championship. Interested yet? Well, here are some coaches college football and NFL fans will recognize. Michigan's Mike Nolan, Birmingham's Skip Holtz, Arlington's Bob Stoops, San Antonio's Wade Phillips, and St. Louis's Anthony Beck. Still not there yet? Okay, here's something new. Check these rule changes that differs the UFL from anyone else, at least for now. There are no kicks after touchdowns, no PATs. Teams will have 3 line of scrimmage options to go for 1, 2, or 3 points. From the 2-yard line, you make it, it's 1 point. From the 5-yard line, it's 2 points for a successful try. And from the 10-yard line, you will get 3 points. Another interesting rule change is the alternate possession option. Teams will have an alternate option to retain possession in the fourth quarter. If the team is tied or behind during the fourth quarter, it may elect to retain possession after a score with a 4th and 12 from its 28-yard line. They make it, they keep possession. Overtime is different too. Overtime will consist of alternating attempts to score from the 5-yard line with no kicks allowed. It will be a best-of-3 format or until a winner has been determined. Now, kickoffs will look like traditional college and NFL kickoffs. Well, maybe not NFL now, but the way the NFL used to be. But will take place from the 20-yard line. And the kickoff out of bounds will give possession to the receiving team 30 yards from where that was kicked. Now, this league will give players the opportunity to not only continue their playing careers, but also to get some tape and experience to perhaps impress the NFL. There have been players from both the XFL and UFL who have gone on to NFL squads. This shouldn't change for the UFL and its players, including some from our HBCUs. The playoffs will be June 8th and 9th, with the championship game on June 16th at 5 p.m. at the Dome at American Center in St. Louis. Check your local listings as games are played on ABC, ESPN, and Fox Sports. Yes, folks, spring football is back.
Boy, you did a heck of a job on that one, boy. You went kind of deep on it.
You know, the rule differences are, I love the alternate possession. I mean, the alternate possession rule in the fourth quarter, where if you're tied or behind, you get a choice. Do you want to kick off, or do you want to try for a 4th and 12, 4th and 28, or whatever it was? And I was like, whoa. And if you make it, you keep the ball. And I've seen some teams last year in the I think that's an XFL rule, because they combine rules from both the XFL and USFL. And yeah, that was an XFL rule, and that was fun. Some teams actually made it and were able to win the game later on. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And you know what, Coach? The NFL is watching, because just like they did the USFL's kickoff rule,
NFL implemented it.
they're watching to see how these rules pan out, and I can see them incorporating, or thinking about incorporating, at least talking about incorporating some, if it turns out to be a fan favorite.
Yeah, Sports Diva said thanks. She might need to watch a few games.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And you picked that rule change, so I assume that's the one that you like the most. I kind of like the extra point from different places on the field and being awarded different points. Now that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You had so much information, a lot of layers in there, which I love. But it almost reminds you of the ABA, NBA. And the ABA was doing all these different exciting things that, then basketball, NBA wasn't all that popular. So when you heard about the things the ABA was doing, you were like, wow, I'd like to see an ABA game. Heck, the NBA games were being telecast. Their championship games were being played after the news went off at 11:30 on tape delay. So we had an XFL USFL merger, which I don't think really got enough attention for what it did and what it brought to the league, because right now you're seeing the result of that, and that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they got stronger, and and you're right. There's layers. I didn't even touch on the financial aspect, where the players are made. All of the players are making the same amount of money. It's not a lot, but even the quarterbacks, no bonuses or nothing like that right now. The same amount, and that's just to keep them stable right now. So, and not to blow up like the USFL did way back when they first started and trying to
Back
outbid
then,
everybody.
they were trying to compete with the NFL, and I think what this league has determined is that it could be an alternate league in the spring. And for people who often talk about baseball losing fans, and once basketball is over, they feel like there's nothing to watch. So I think that they might have something going. And the more, this piece that you did was an excellent piece. And again, I think it'll help spur people. If you don't want to do anything else, I wanted to watch it to see how the kickoff rule was. But now you got these other things going on. It might be interesting to give it a look-see.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Try our INSiiGHTS mobile apps and have your own personalized content experience with our exclusive content. We developed an interactive experience as easy and diversified as Netflix. You have exclusive features showing access premium features, behind-the-scenes content and programs only available on our mobile apps and our streaming Roku channel. INSiiGHTS apps give you our content in your hands, while INSiiGHTS Roku is on your big screen. Locally owned. Globally known. INSiiGHTS.
Join us on Faith TV on INSiiGHTS Roku. Anytime you need to feel the word, that you need uplifting, go to INSiiGHTS YouTube or mobile apps and feel His Spirit lift yours up. Pray with us on Faith TV and allow His Spirit to comfort you. I have been sent to help you find your way. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Faith TV on INSiiGHTS.
Time out. Time out. This is the coach. I'm a part of the INSiiGHTS Mick and Rick show. Now when I can get Rick out of that cup, I get good discussion from him about the hottest sports topics. But we do keep it straight, no chaser. The more he turns that cup up, them words come out faster than a chicken pecking up corn. I'm just saying, or trying to say, what the damn hell? Just join us on the Mick and Rick show.
For a limited time only, the first 500 downloads of the INSiiGHTS app will get free premium content for life. Watch the Mick and Rick show, Black History Moments, Remembering the Legends, INSiiGHTS Magazine, Faith TV, along with the Game of the Week series. See INSiiGHTS creative content with skits from the Church Sisters, students in generations and more. The INSiiGHTS app is on your Android and iPhone and is now being downloaded in countries worldwide.
What the damn hell?
I know that's one of your favorite people.
Jackie Robinson Day, observed annually on April 15th in Major League Baseball, holds immense significance. It commemorates the day when Jackie Robinson made his Major League debut, breaking the color barrier and becoming the first black player in the modern era of baseball. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson stepped onto the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, marking the end of racial segregation in professional baseball. His number 42 on this day, all numbers, coaches, managers, and umpires across Major League Baseball wear Robinson's uniform number 42 as a tribute to his legacy. Jackie Robinson shattered the baseball color line, which had excluded black players for nearly 80 years. In 1962, Jackie Robinson was inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame recognizing his exceptional career and contributions. Jackie was born January 31st, 1919 in Cairo, Georgia, right up the road here from Tallahassee. Robinson was the youngest of 5 children, and his mother, Mally, moved the family to Pasadena, California, where he grew up. Robinson attended UCLA from 1939 to 1941, where he lettered in 4 sports in college: baseball, football, basketball, and track. Despite struggling as a Bruin baseball player, he excelled in other areas. Jackie's older brother, Matthew Robinson, won a silver medal in the 200-meter yard dash in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, following in the footsteps of American track legend Jesse Owens. Jackie Robinson's impact extends far beyond the baseball diamond as he served as a beacon of hope and change for generations to come. All was not easy for him because he also faced color barriers when he left the Army playing professional baseball with the Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro American League. His exceptional performance caught the eye of Branch Rickey, the present GM of the Brooklyn Dodgers. In 1944, while serving in the U.S. Army, Robinson faced a racially charged incident on a military bus. He was riding with the wife of a fellow black officer. The bus driver mistakenly believed the light-skinned woman was white, ordered Robinson to move to the back of the bus.
Wow.
Jackie's commitment to fighting inequality nearly led to his court-martial. His refusal to comply with the discriminatory order showcased his unwavering stance against segregation. In January 1938, he was arrested for speaking out against the unlawful detention of an African-American friend by the police. The incident demonstrated his courage and determination to challenge racial injustice even before he stepped on the major league field. Jackie being recognized in this manner by Major League Baseball is significant, and a tip of the hat to Jackie Robinson from Cairo, Georgia. All of these things add up to why Jackie is a legend.
Great piece.
Alert,
Coach.
alert, alert. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Florida A&M University has just hired their new head men's basketball coach, Patrick Prairie II from St. Thomas University. The announcement will come tomorrow. I don't know what happened with the search committee. I don't know what happened with all that. Actually, I'm glad that they made a selection and got a coach in here. This guy has been 2014 USCAA Men's Division I National Champ, 2014 ICAA Coach of the Year, 2020 AII Conference Coach of the Year, 2024 Sun Conference Coach of the Year, 6 NAI National Tournament appearances, 2006, 17, 19, 20, 23, and 24, 6 20-plus win seasons, 2014, 17, 19, 20, 23, and 24. He's coming off his third season at St. Thomas and had one of the most historic years in program history. He was named the head coach and assistant AD for game operations on May 19, 2021. Congratulations, Coach Prairie, and welcome to Florida A&M University.
Welcome, Coach. Good job. Good job getting someone in there. That they handled that one right, it seems like.
It seems like it, and I'm glad that they're getting them in because time is of the essence to be able to get somebody in. The transfer portal still open to see which one of the guys that are in the transfer portal that played for us that he wants to keep, and to go out and try and get some others while time is still available. We'll see how it goes. The record that I'm looking at about it looks good. I was hearing all kinds of different names being thrown in the pot, and the way the process was going, I always felt that our AD was going to select who she wanted to select, which I don't have a problem with that. That's why they're the AD. So I don't have a problem with that.
Their job.
I just wish we could. And my only thing is I wish we could have had it 2 or 3 weeks earlier, but we at least had to make it seem like the search committee was going to have something to do with it. But and I don't know enough about it right now to comment, but I will, because that actually came on the phone and I'm getting texts and things like, man, I feel like one of the NFL, one of the ESPN guys sitting there looking at the phone with breaking news, breaking news. But that story is hot off the press. If you follow Insights, we're in there with Mick and Rick. You're listening, you got that news hot off the press. So you can check your phones, check your Twitter page and see. He's from St. Thomas University. They've sent us our next basketball coach. Looks like a young guy, which is fine. Somebody who can relate to the student athletes. Got a bachelor's of science in kinesiology and exercise. Hometown, Washington, D.C. He's been a lot of places. That's your homeboy, Rick.
Homeboy, let's go. Let's go.
Somewhere he has to have some Florida A&M ties with somebody. You always wonder about that relationship, kinship, whatever. But he doesn't have any ties that look, which means he kind of comes in clean without knowing anybody and owing anybody is what I meant to say. So it'll be interesting to say. So we, glad that part is over. The new AD now has hired the new women's basketball coach, the men's basketball coach, and the football basketball coach. At NAIA St. Thomas, he was 26-8, 22-23, and 22-9 this year. So that makes him 48-17 for the last 2 years. So we wish him much luck, and that that he'll bring some of that winning to Florida A&M quickly.
Yeah, we needed a win. We needed a win because us Rattlers. We've been losing a lot lately. We lost a lot of transfers. To football, to the portal. People seem like every day I'm reading another guy's leaving the portal. I know, Coach should have had the phone up like, hey, I got breaking news here. Coach had it there. Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all who's sending me texts. It's still blowing up. It's still blowing up. People sending me information and call me, Coach. I need to talk to you. Coach, this is what happened. Mickey, did you know this? I'm like, wow. I said, we're doing the show. We appreciate y'all getting this to us so we could break this story because it is a hot one. And the 23-24 school year is already looking like it's going to be one to remember any way it goes.
Let's do this.
And that's my take on it.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. I like it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I like it.
Thank you, Sports Diva. I don't know if I'm in the know or I'm just so old that people remember me and they send me stuff to dust off the cobwebs, but I do appreciate it. Getting that information. I was getting all them calls like they thought I had something to do with recommending somebody for the job. I'm like, man, you better off if you act like you don't know me. So. But I appreciate people keeping us in the know and letting us know. I kind of like the idea of him being not a well-traveled, grizzled veteran. I like the fact that, he's an individual that, if he's successful, he might decide that this is where he wants to be to establish and continue his own legacy. So, we will definitely see, Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Dr.
Doc.
Miller. Hello, Coach
Dr.
Rick.
Miller.
Yes, please note,
Yes.
he is from Cairo, Georgia.
Yes. Jackie
I love
Robinson.
Yeah, yes, sir. And we did say that in the opening round. There was some stuff one time that they had stolen a marker of his from Cairo that they were trying to get out and do it, find out what happened to it. But Cairo has produced some outstanding people. Chiquita Miller. and Sports Steven. Hey, Dr. Miller. You know, we appreciate you. But one of the big things from this weekend, big things from this weekend in the world of golf, what was that, Rick? It was everybody was talking about.
The Masters. Legacy like none other. Yes, indeed.
And we have our friend, former sports director, WCTV, here in Tallahassee, is Joy Lamar, and he's back in Savannah, Georgia. And man, is he making the circuit.
1, 2, talk that talk.
A chance to interview somebody who can bring some information to all of you that you might not have had before. But it holds special significance to me because I call this young man the friend. And when he left Tallahassee, I was both encouraged for him, but selfishly sad to see him go. But he's doing what he loves to do over there in Savannah, WSAV. Joey Lamar, how's it going to be back in Georgia?
It feels great to be back in Georgia. It was really hard to leave Tallahassee. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that that's not true, but it was really hard to leave Tallahassee. Some really great people in Tallahassee. I think about y'all all the time. Like, I really enjoyed my time in Tallahassee. Like, it was really hard to leave.
To get you to come on and talk about it, being the avid golfer that you are, tell us a little bit about what that meant for you to be at the Masters.
I'm not as good as I used to be, and I don't get to play as much because I cover so much. But like, I don't think people understand like how different the Masters is from everything else. Like when you're going through the credential process. So normally, like if a sports journalist or any journalist wants to cover an event, you normally like you just fill out a link and say, okay, I want to cover this, and then they say, okay, you're approved. Right. Like as long as you like work for like a television station, like you're approved. I mean, you can't say like, I don't know, like you can't be like, oh, I'm a fan and I want to cover this as a journalist. I want to be in the press box. It doesn't work like that. Like you have to actually work like for a media organization, but it's normally a very easy process. And one of the easiest credentials to get would be like, Super Bowl or like national championship. Those are one of the easiest to get. But this is just a completely different process. I mean, the Masters asks for a cover letter, which I did the credential process for our station this year. Our cover letter was 2.5 pages. They wanted to have a history of stories that we've covered over the past 5 years. They wanted to know what other big golf tournaments I've covered. They wanted to know the business plan of the station. They wanted to know the history of the station, what our plan was going to be, our coverage plan was going to be. And that was just the cover letter. And so then you also have to submit like a link. So you do fill out a link, and then they ask for like circulation numbers, like how many people, visit your website, how many people watch your TV station. And that's the first part of it. And so if they approve you for the first part, then there's a second part where you fill out like the actual application for the Masters, like what days you're going to cover, who's going to be on the credentials. So it's a 2-part application process, and that's something that is very rare. Like you don't do that for. I've never done that for any other
sport
event that I've covered. And again, I've covered RBC Heritage. That's a 1 step. Actually everything else is a 1 step. I can't. I mean, it's no need to list them because everything else is a 1 step. This is a 2-step process, and they only give you 7 days between when they approve you and for when they give you that first initial approval to fill out the second part. Like if you don't fill it out, they won't approve you, and they'll probably go to somebody else. Because I mean, everybody wants to cover them. It's a serious process for sure. So the course is immaculate. Like I think they cut the grass every day. And so one thing about Augusta National is the course is only open till the 3rd week in May. and then they close it for the summer. They don't give a reason why, but the rumor is that the members said it was too hot and they didn't want to play in summer, so they closed the course. Like they close it from May 3rd to like, I think maybe through August or September they close it. Like, but they'll never have another like tournament like they did in 2020 where they had it like in November, the Masters in November. Like they'll never do that again. Like that's really said that at the press conference. Your chairman really said at the press conference that, you know, you're not gonna see no 20 under the Masters because the course plays different during the summer than it does in the fall. And as you saw, like there were only 8 players who were under par for the entire Masters tournament. So yeah, but the course is like in great shape, and I mean it's like living in another world. So like, let's say you were out there and you saw like a divot, not on the course, but like just like walking around like a divot. The next day, fixed. Like it's like it wasn't even there. Like it was, I mean, fixed. It's just it's pristine. Amen corner will take your breath away. Like, you know, the green for 11, entire hole of 12, and the tee box for 13. Amen corner will take your breath away. Chairman Ridley called it the most iconic par 3 in the world. He said it'll never be lengthened as long as he is the chairman there. And so yeah, I mean the course is in really good shape, despite like, you know, and it's really interesting because a lot of people are like walking through the course like all the time, and it's like it's in really, really good shape. They have underneath the greens, they have these like heaters to make sure that the greens are rolling at the precise speed that they want at all times, and so it dries them out. Like there was heavy rain Thursday that delayed the course, but you never heard a golfer say, "Oh, the greens aren't rolling like they used to." No, because they have these machines, these huge fans underneath the course to dry out the greens so that the greens are in pristine condition at all times. You go down like very steep and then you go up really quickly. And so like navigating that course, like people don't talk about that, and the TV cameras don't do it justice, but like navigating that course and like the walking is like really intense. Like even you saw Tiger, like after, 2 rounds of walking that course, like even though he said in his press conference that his ankle was fine, there was no pain in it, he's limping. And the reason he's limping is because of the undulation of the course, like going up and down, and it takes a lot out of you. I mean, that course is 7,600 yards. And I think, I mean, golf is trying to do some things to kind of rein it in, but they want to get to a point where courses aren't 8,000 yards anymore, or don't get to 8,000 yards. And Augusta National is definitely a course that doesn't want to get to 8,000 yards. They say that they don't have the space, but if they need the space, they'll buy it, and they're willing to pay, handsomely for to expand their area. And they've expanded over the years. I mean, like Amen Corner wasn't the way it is now. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that in 45 when Sam Snead wore the first ever green jacket. Like it wasn't like that in 45, but it has gotten better over time. And this year was the 75th anniversary of Sam Snead putting on the first green jacket. It was the 88th Masters, but the 75th anniversary of Sam Snead wearing the first green jacket. Me and Chaz followed around Scottie Scheffler, and we watched the iconic, I guess, change, the 3-shot swing that really gave him his second Masters, and that was on 9. And so Scheffler hits it in the fairway. Morikawa hits his in the pine straw, and then Morikawa's second shot goes into the bunker, and he can't get it out of the bunker, right? So he has to take 2 shots out of the bunker because he can't get it out on the first one, and then he 2-putts, so that's a 6. That's a double on the par 4 at 9th. Scheffler birdies. He spins it back. He was probably 70, I want to say 80, 90 yards from the hole, spins it back to within like a foot, maybe 2 feet, like basically taps in for birdie. Okay. And at this time, they're both tied at 7 under par. And so after that hole, Scheffler's at 8 under, right? Morikawa's at 5 under. That's a 3-shot swing on one hole. Wow. And that's coming off. They both birdied 8. So they were both at 7 under. But Scheffler birdied 8, 9, and 10. He did give one back at 11. I saw that too. But he birdied 8, 9, and 10. Same thing. Iron game just dialed in. And he birdied 10. Morikawa on 11. Morikawa part 10. On 11, Morikawa again hit it in the pine straw. Then he hit it in the water at the start of Amen's corner. And so again, another double bogey. So he was at like 3. He dropped another 2 shots, whereas Scheffler made sure he didn't hit it in the water, hit it in the next to the green on the rough, but made sure he wasn't going anywhere near that water. And he took his bogey, and went on to 12, played the Nicklaus shot at 12, and took his par and moved on. And then of course I got to see Tiger on Saturday. I didn't see him on Sunday. He played so well. He played so bad Saturday. I didn't get it. I wasn't waking up that early to see him on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But seeing him Saturday was incredible. I saw him on the range. And he still commands like this presence. I mean, so Tiger Woods' press conference was at 11 on Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was at 11 on Wednesday. And the interview room seats 200 people. And it was full to capacity on Wednesday. And you had people, like members in their green jackets, like lining the walls to see Tiger Woods' press conference on Wednesday. And that was like that was an awe-striking moment. It's like, am I really here? Like, is this my life? Like, I'm covering arguably the greatest golfer of all time, and I'm sitting in the press room and he's right there. Like, that was awe-striking to me. And then to see the people that still follow him like on the range is, just incredible. And there were people who just followed him around all Saturday. I mean, he commands a presence, and I gave this example in the story that I wrote, the difference in Tiger Woods' press conference having 200 people in standing room only, and Brian Harman, who just won the Open Championship, he's from Savannah, had 20 people in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's levels, man. Like, it's different. But like, they also have like the merchandise store. So I don't know if you can see it now, but I'm wearing like a Masters logo shirt or whatever. So they when they at their merchandise store, the rumor is that people have put out there that they do $1 million an hour, and people wait in 2 hour long lines to just get in the store. Wow. And it's like money does not exist there. Like, you just grab, and then you get to the register and you pay. Like, but like, no one asks like, how much is this? Or, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is too much. I'll put this back. Like, if your hand touches it and you take it off the rack, it's going in your bag and you are paying for it. Like, it's almost like a peer pressure that people don't want to put things back or seem like they can't afford to be there. And that's not the Masters doing that. Like, they aren't pressuring you to buy anything. They don't. But there's a peer pressure when you walk in that store. You're like, oh, you touched it? You better be buying that. And I'll tell you, like, I spent over $1,000 at that Masters store. Like, and it's real easy to do it. It's real easy to do it. And I don't regret it at all. Like, I do not regret it at all. All the big, all the stations, all the local TV stations are there. So Michael Collins was there. Of course, WSB from Atlanta was there. Fox 5 from Atlanta. 11 Alive from Atlanta. The CBS affiliate from Atlanta was there. We were there from Savannah. RBL was there from Columbus. No Albany stations were there. What's his face was there from Marvin James. They call him Big Marv. He was there from WMAZ in Macon. Wolo was there. Wiss was there. Fox was there from Carolina. Fox Carolina was there. Like, yeah, Jacksonville was there. West Palm Beach was there. Like, but it's not. They don't have a lot of spots, so like everybody can't go. But yeah, like all the big stations were there. All the big names were there. Damon Hurd, you know who that is? Or yeah, from the Golf Channel, he was there. He got to ask a question to. I can't remember if he got to ask a question to Tiger or he asked a question to Chairman Ridley, but he got to ask a question, and they pick who gets to ask the questions now. Like, and they will call you by your name. Like, so like your badge has like a RFID locator on it, and they know where you are on the property at all times. And so when you're seated in the press room, they will know. So like when I asked Brian Harman that question, they were like, Joey from Savannah. And it's like, how do you know my name? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
like us on Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. Insights. Yeah. 2 eyes in the middle. INSI.
Rick, share with us your thoughts. You've experienced some of that, or you kind of have an insight, kind of shared. I saw you nodding your head at different things.
Wow, just one of the most premier events ever, and one that unfortunately I have never covered. But one of my coworkers, Dale Milligan, covered a few Masters, and so I could relate what Joey was saying and the process. I mean, I've covered Super Bowls and NBA Finals and All-Star games and NHL Stanley Cup Finals. But the process was never as hard as getting a master's credential. And the Masters is so revered in golf and in sports, period. Is one of the majors that everyone knows about. When you say Augusta, you know they're talking about the Masters. And it's just an amazing venue, an amazing tournament. And I'm so glad that Joey got a chance to go, because that's a once in a lifetime achievement. And that's something that he will never, ever forget. And very few of all the sports reporters in the world, in print and broadcast, there's so many of us who have never done it. So my hat's off to him, and it's just amazing. Just whew, wow. Just a great course. Just a great atmosphere. It's
Rick,
great.
as a former reporter, I see it in you. The realization that was, really something special to be able to experience and then share it like he has. I mean, you will now, those of us who are watching the show will not see the event the same. And you will think about some of the things that he shared that you had no idea about. Heaters under the field. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Sports people said the Masters course is better than most NFL stadium fields.
Facts. And they make it that way. I mean, what you see on TV, it isn't AI generated. That is real. Like Joey said, they cut that grass every day. And they only play it for a certain amount of time, and then they close that sucker down. And you think me and you gonna get a chance to play the Masters course? No. They have another course though. I think it's called the Junior Masters course or something like that. We might be able to get there, maybe. But big boy, nah.
This show, you got a chance to see maybe half of it here. Then we cut it down. You can go to Insights Magazine. and it's already up. If you have our Roku channel or our mobile apps, one of the things about having those is that a lot of these things that we do and produce, they're up on those shows. It's like having membership. You get a chance to see it before other people see it. A lot of the things that you see that Rick does, they're populated on there. That you're liable to see some of the many stories that he's done and that I've done. They're up there, and a lot of them are up there even before the show. So we encourage you again to get your mobile app. Be able to open it up, download it. You can see all of this on here. It's something that I know that some of the coaches at Claflin who have the weekly Claflin show that we do, they pull it up and show it to their recruits and to their parents. And they tell them all the time that they can stay up to date with their sons and daughters and what's going on with them by following them on the INSiiGHTS app. And so you too can do that same thing. And a lot of stuff comes on there on the app. Like somebody said, Coach, can I see your shows live on our phone? And we say, yes. They said, Coach, you've said it before on the show. We've seen it, but the significance of it didn't really dawn on me. And so he got the link and was saying, Coach, man, this thing is nice. I don't know what I was expecting, but this thing is really nice. And I said, yeah, we tried to make it that way. I said, people, haters hate. It's just like shooters shoot. And it's all right. We're going to do what we continue to do and try to educate people. And every week we have people who say, man, Coach, I learned something that I didn't know watching y'all's show. I learned something all the time. Sports Diva, again, shout out. I agree with you. Congratulations to Joey. That's an extremely big career move to be able to go and attend that, and the different things that he has been able to do in Savannah, and being there in Georgia and being able to see the Clemson women play and all of that. And we were going to try to send you some clips from the parade with Dawn in a white Rolls Royce, a Dawn. It's called a Dawn. And just how Cordova was there, and she passed up some WNBA information, some orientation she was supposed to attend. She needed to be with her teammates at the national championship that they had in Columbia, South Carolina. Special shout out to Claflin Athletic Director, former Bethune-Cookman administrator, Tony O'Neill. He has a niece that's on that team, on that Gamecocks team that we had a chance to meet. Congratulations. But again, it's just so much happening in sports. And we said again, FAMU's now hired a new basketball coach. So we got a new basketball coach, new women's coach. We got new football coach. So our athletic director has recreated the department in her own image. And long as we roll, we are all good. I look forward to the day we can see exciting basketball, not by incoming teams, but by our own team. And we can get in there and watch them play. So we appreciate the effort, and we appreciate everybody's support.
That's right. Thank you.
From INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle, INSiiGHTS.com.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
This is Mickey Clayton, the coach from Inside Sports. Boy, y'all know I love me some barbecue. I found the bestest barbecue sauce. It's online at BBQ Jank, BBQ Jank, the Jank. Boy, I'm messing around with that stuff. I no longer have to mess around trying to make my own. I'll put that in a pot, put it on my meat. I'll claim it, but it's from the Jank, the official barbecue sauce of Inside Sports. You better order some for your next tailgate early. You need to go on and get some. It's that time of year. It's grilling time, which for me is about 13 months out the year. Hey, congratulations to AD Tiffany Sykes for getting it done. We're getting a coach in place so we can try and get basketball season. So this season is not a wash. We can get them in place. And looking forward to Bridget Gordon continuing what she did the end of the season, getting the Lady Rattlers on track. Look and see what Coach Colsey does. And all things FAMU. We appreciate y'all. Rick, good job, man. That might have been the best one you've done, and you've done some good ones, man. That thing was pretty good. I'm going to look at that UFL a little different now this weekend.
And I'm going to check out the Masters. I'm going to check out this show again. I want to relive some of the stuff that Joey was talking about. I want to see the whole interview because it seems like it was a good one.
It was. Insights Magazine is up there right this minute, but you had an app, so it's up there too. So we appreciate y'all. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you next week.